As Ryan Reynolds once said, I just love bikes. It's not the safest passion to have, but I guess it's better than Russian Roulette. Welcome to the Dead Fed Files. Today we are counting down the 6 times Russian Roulette ended in tragedy. For this list, we are looking at incidents that resulted in one player's death, regardless of the variation of roulette being played.
You ever play Russian Roulette? Thing is, most people put the gun to the temple. Well, that's just stupid.
So without any further shenanigans, let's get into it. Ivan J.P. Cole was an MMA fighter from Dallas, Texas. In June of 2016, witnesses described Cole as killing himself in a roulette-style game. Family members dispute this, however, police were investigating the incident and an autopsy was scheduled. Over his short career, Cole compiled a 2-3 MMA record that began in 2012. Cole's last fight was in March of 2015, one short year just before his untimely death.
No tears, no sorrow.
Houston, Texas, December 25th, 1954. John Alexander, aka Johnny Ace, was an American blues musician from Memphis, Tennessee. Just after coming off stage, Ace and some friends were in his dressing room. It was reported that a girl was sitting on Ace's lap as he loaded a .22 caliber revolver with one shell in the cylinder. Several times Ace spun the cylinder and pointed the gun at his companions, and each time pulling the trigger, the bullet failed to fire. On the last time, Ace put the barrel to his own head and pulled the trigger. The bullet entered his head and killed him instantly. On January 24, 2019, an off-duty St. Louis police officer, Katlyn Alix, was shot by an on-duty officer while the two were engaged in a game of Russian roulette. Alix was rushed to a nearby hospital where she succumbed to the wound. The following day, Officer Nathaniel Hendren was charged with involuntary manslaughter and armed criminal action in the death of Officer Katlyn Alix. If he's convicted, Hendren faces up to 10 years in prison. Jon-Erik Hexum was the star of a CBS adventure series Cover Up. Sometime between takes on October 12, 1984, Hexum was playing with a .44 Magnum pistol loaded with blanks. Hexum placed the muzzle of the weapon at his temple and fatally shot himself. The blast fractured his skull and caused massive cerebral hemorrhaging when bone fragments were forced through his brain. He was rushed to Beverly Hills Medical Center where he was pronounced brain dead, and 6 days later, Hexum was taken off life support. Tommy Darling, a decorated war veteran who served his country with the Cameron Highlanders during World War II. He is the grandfather of British-born actor Alan Cumming. Alan and his family knew very little about Tommy, who died in 1951 at age 35. Tommy may have had post-traumatic stress from his experiences in the war. He began working with the Malayan police and in 1951 was drinking and playing a game of Russian roulette. Darling shot and killed himself. However, the Malayan police described the incident to family as an accident while cleaning a firearm. Our number one pick for this list is Amo Likas, was a Finnish magician who performed with a traveling circus. Likas was performing his Russian roulette act in front of a large crowd. Likas would select 6 bullets from a box of assorted live and dummy ammunition. He claimed that he could use telepathy to pick only the dummy rounds. So on September 10th, 1975, Likas loaded a revolver and put the muzzle to his head. Likas shot and killed himself in front of the crowd. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing for more Dead Fed content. If you have any suggestions or criticisms, don't forget to mention it in the comments below. And here are 2 more videos from the Dead Fed files.